Hello everyone and welcome to another tutorial from Mechanism. In today's video I'm going to show you a few more machines, how to triple your ores, and more ways to generate power. The first machine I'm going to show you is the formulatic assembler, which requires 4 steel ingots, 2 basic control circuits, 1 steel casing, 1 chest and 1 crafting table. Then you're going to need a crafting formula, which requires 1 paper and 1 basic circuit. First, once you get your circuits, you have to place them in the yellow slot, and then you make the recipe you want to craft. Now you can either craft a single item, or if you place multiple in, you can craft everything. But what you want to do is press encode formula, which makes this have the recipe in, and then if you press the auto mode, it starts automatically crafting from all the resources you put in. You can then put a chest next to it where you can place the resources and they will automatically go in. Next, there's a precision sawmill, which requires 4 iron ingots, 2 infused alloy, 2 basic control circuits and 1 steel casing. And most of the time you're just going to use it to make planks from logs and sticks from planks, because you get 6 planks from 1 log, unlike the 4. There's also a small chance to get sawdust, which you can then use to craft some stuff. Next, there's electronic separator, which requires 1 electronic core, which is crafted with 5 infused alloy, 1 gold dust, 1 iron dust and 2 osmium dust, which you then combine with 2 infused alloys, 4 iron ingots and 2 redstone dust. And this machine allows you to basically make gas out of water. So if you set the pipe to pull, it will put the water in it, and then you can see it starts making hydrogen and oxygen, which will be used later. Next, we have the purification chamber, which requires 1 enrichment chamber, 4 infused alloy, 2 osmium ingots and 2 advanced control circuits, and that allows you a lot of stuff, but most of the time you're going to use it to make clumps from ores, which allows you to basically triple your ore, as you can see, which allows you to get 3 clumps from 1 ore with a little bit of oxygen. Then you need a crusher, which is 2 lava buckets, 4 redstone dust, 2 basic circuits and 1 steel casing, and that allows you to make dirty iron dust from iron clumps and make biofuel from basically any plant thing. You just have to place the iron dust into an enrichment chamber, which gives you normal iron dust, which you then smelt to get iron ingots. Next, I'm going to show you how to power it all. So last time we showed the heat generator, and now I'm going to show you how to make the solar generators. So first you're going to need a solar panel, which is 3 osmium, 2 redstone dust, 3 glass panes and 1 infused alloys. Then you need 3 of those, 2 infused alloys, 1 iron ingot, 2 osmium ingots and 1 energy tablet to create a solar generator, which generates around 20 Fe per tick. Next, if you need more, you can make the advanced version, which is 4 solar generators, 2 infused alloys and 3 ingots, and that generates 82 Fe per tick. But if you go higher, you can see that it starts generating a lot more. Next machine, there's the wind generator, which requires 3 osmium, 1 infused alloy, and 1 basic control circuit with 2 energy tablets. That generates 24 Fe per tick, but if you go higher, it once again generates a lot more. As you can see, it now generates 60. Next, there's the gas burning generator, which requires 4 osmium, 2 steel casings, 2 infused alloy, as well as the electronic core, and that allows you to generate power from gases. So if you generate your hydrogen, you can make power with it, and with the oxygen you can make ores, and it does generate quite a lot, as you can see, from just one of these and the water. Next, there's biofuel generator, which requires 2 biofuel, 2 redstone, 2 iron ingots, 2 infused alloys, and 1 basic control circuits, and that generates power from biofuel, which is basically crushed anything plant. And as you can see, it also generates quite a lot. Now, next I'm going to show you different tools and armor mechanism adds. First, we have jetpack, which is 2 steel, 1 basic circuit, 2 tin ingots, and 1 basic chemical tank, which then you have to give it fuel by putting it in a tank with hydrogen. Then if it gets powered, you can use it to fly. Then if you press G, you can bound it to a different, you can hover, and then if you press it again, it just doesn't work. Next, there's free runners, which requires 2 tablets, 2 infused alloy, and 2 basic circuits, which you have to power with actual power, and that allows you to not get fall damage. So if I equip this and fly up, you can see it takes damage, but if I equip these, it just takes power. Next, there's the electric bow, which requires 3 string, 2 infused alloy, and 1 energy tablet. You have to also power it, and normally it acts as a normal bow, but if you press G, never mind, if you press N, it starts shooting fire arrows, although they require more power than normal ones. Next, there's flamethrower, which requires 1 flint and steel, 4 tin ingots, 1 chemical tank, 1 advanced control circuits, and 2 bronze, which is just tin and copper in a metallurgic infuser. You can then give it hydrogen, and it also has multiple modes. First is combat, which sets enemies on fire and burns anything on the ground. Then there's heat, which allows you to smelt anything you drop. And then there's inferno, which makes fire anywhere it touches and also sets enemies on fire. Now, mechanism adds multiple ways to store items. I already showed one before with the personal chest. That's basically a bigger chest. And now I'm going to show you bins, which are basically drawers. So if you have a bunch of one item, you can place it in, and it just stores it. The basic one has around 2000, next is around 16,000, 30,000, and then 200,000. There's also a storage system, but that's a lot more late game. And this is also where I'm going to end this video. Hope you learned something, and bye.